Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Fishkeepers. I would like to extend my gratitude to all those persons whom have actually viewed my videos and have liked it and have shared it and have also subscribed. I'm asking you, for those persons who have not yet subscribed but have been enjoying my videos, all I ask of you is just to subscribe to the videos so that I can be motivated and my channel can get the necessary, or should I say the needed ratings. Okay, so today I'll be looking at a different topic, and my topic today is things you should know when planning. Hope you find interest in this. Stay tuned right here. Many persons are of the view that the portion of feeding which you feed your fish remains the same, constant, for the 12 months, for the year, every time you feed your fish. However, this might be true to some extent for some persons within some region. However, this is not so. Let me explain. Fish eat, or should I say, they consume meals based on several factors. One, stress level. If the fish is feeling stressed, not comfortable, is being hustled by another fish, the fish will decrease its intake of food. Thus, if you continue to feed the fish the same portion, not really realizing that the fish have actually changed its feeding habit, you will end up do more harm to the fish than good. Why? Because the fish gets its food in the water, and if the quality of the water will depreciate. Thus, we must be mindful, you must be mindful, that when dealing with your fish, right, you are aware of the stress level that's within the fish. And stress can be brought on to the fish as a result of the addition of new fish to the tank or the pond, as a result of water change, as a result of some illness within the tank, some infectious disease is in the tank, something actually bothering the fish. So at times you should take time to realize what has changed. Another factor, another thing that affects the eating habits of fish, so that's number one, right? Another factor that you should know about fish is that fish eat or consume its meal based on the temperature of the in which the fish actually experience may influence the eating habits. For example, fish tend not to eat a lot, especially, for example, koi and goldfish. They will not consume large portion of feed during periods wherein it is very cold, right? They tend to eat less. Now, based on experiments and research and readings I have done, right, fish will more likely consume meals, I call it large portion of meals during the average preferable temperature range, climate range in which it experiences. Thus, what you feed the fish in the summer, the portion that you feed the fish in the summer, is going to be different from the portion at which you feed the fish in autumn and in winter. Thus, you should be aware of the changing portions. So if you go on vacation, let's say that you have a big tank and you go on vacation for the Christmas break, right, and you leave somebody to take care of your fish, it will be more prudent for you to slash the feeding of your fish by half, right, and not asking the person to feed similar to if you were there. Why? Because the person might not be cognizant or might not know how to do the water change, and whenever the water gets polluted, then you might have a problem. Okay, so that's number two. Number three factor, did you know that fish actually sleep?
It looks dead.
Okay, right.
Yeah, it's not.
Now the question is being asked on a regular basis whether or not fish actually sleep. Now the reason why I'm actually in the dark is because I don't want to startle them to wake them up. Well, fish do sleep, right? This is the tricky thing. Fish sleeps, right? The fish brain is uniquely structured, wherein which half of the fish brain is sleeping at night, while the other half keep it balanced at night. Therefore, if you have lights in your pond or on your pond, or lights on that will actually reflect in the container or the aquarium in which the fish actually live, this may actually affect the fish. The fish might end up be too tired, right? Or the fish might end up being too tired. Thus, the regular activities that the fish normally does will be somewhat decreased the next following day. Okay, number 4 is related to number 3. Number 4, some fish are nocturnal, meaning some fish rest during the days, or should I say sleep during the days, or is less active during the days than some. Now at night, these fish may be more active than the regular fish. Thus, you might end up with an issue if you have actually placed the wrong fish in the tank. For example, so let's say that you have a very big pleco in your tank, and you have some guppies, or better yet some mollies and some swordtail and some, let's say, some not filament barb, tiger barbs, right, or some glow tetras in the same tank, which would not be advised, right, having those small fish in with those large fish, right? But you do have, let's say, a mid-sized pleco or a small pleco, right? What will happen is that while the fish sleep, the pleco will actually, worse if you are not feeding the fish the correct portion. So when you feed the fish, you should feed the fish so that both the bottom dwellers and the fish that actually live on the, all over the tank, swim all over the tank, can get feed. So you should have feed that actually sinks to the bottom of the tank or pond, while some floats, right? Okay, so with the molly and the guppy and the swordtail and the barbs, the small barbs and the glow tetra, right, and the tetra, right, they are sleeping, and the pleco never get enough food. What you think happened? When the pleco is active in the night, it requires a certain amount of nutrients. So what this pleco will do, right, is the pleco will suck on the slime of these small fish. And at times, you might find that your fish are actually being missing. It's not intentionally being done, but the pleco will suck on the slime, and sometimes, because the mouth of the pleco is so big, the fish slides down the throat. Right? So therefore, one must be mindful of the fish that are nocturnal and the fish that are small enough to be eaten in error by these large fish. So it's important for you to know how you stock your tank. For example, the Piscus catfish, Piscus, Piscus catfish, right, and the Cory catfish and the pleco, they will eat or consume smaller fish, right? So you wouldn't put them in a tank where you have, let's say, filament barbs and that's small filament barbs, mollies, swordtail, guppies. These fish actually start out very fine. Okay, that's of interest within this this discussion, right? The fish will actually die. Okay, the last important fact you should know keeping your fish, right, is that regardless of what documentaries have said, research have said, that this fish is omnivore and this fish is herbivore, carnivores, right? Practically all fish will consume anything that can hold in its mouth. So the fifth and final fact you should know about your fish before you actually stock your tank is that all fish, regardless of whether or not it is a herbivore, an omnivore, or a carnivore, right, they will tend to consume other creatures, or fish should I say, that exist within the tank or pond with them once it can hold in their mouth. So therefore, you should be aware of this. Let me share something with you also. I had some chromites, right? And the chromites spawn. The chromites spawn and gave me 100 and plus babies. Now, after it gave me 100 and plus babies, I'm cognizant of the fact that chromites adults will not eat their own spawn. However, what will happen is that the first spawn, if you allow the first spawn to actually live with the second spawn, the first spawn may consume the second spawn, because the second spawn are very fine creatures, and although they are brothers and sisters, but they can hold in the mouth, while the parents will not readily consume them because it's not in their nature to eat their own fries, right? The other fish that exist will do consume them. So what end up happening with me now is that the second spawn that my chromites actually had were all consumed by the flies that were actually growing in the pond. Thus, what I had to do now is to actually separate the parent from the tank with the flies in it, because sooner or later the parents will spawn again, and I do not want this third spawn now to be consumed fully by the first original spawns. Oh, it's important for you to remember all these 5 things in which I have shared with you. Thank you for making a fish keep in Jamaica. I hope that this topic was of interest, and as I continue during season 2, I will be doing more projects which should inspire you to yourself try to keep, rear, and breed fish in all lives. Thank you very much. Larry here. Bye bye.